From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, June 14th, 2015. Silver is trading at $15.96 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,181 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $236. Antiwar.com reports as Iraq's Shiite militias take over Sunni Arab towns north of Baghdad and the Kurdistan regional government expands its domain southward, they are increasingly running up against one another, and the two major allies in the war against the Islamic State are quickly finding themselves in another shooting war with each other. The latest dispute erupted in the Diyala province between the Kurdish-held Jalawa and the Shiite-controlled Sadia. The Kurds reportedly tried to dig a trench separating the two towns and reflecting their efforts to increase the border of their autonomous region, and a clash erupted. Local police reported at least 5 were killed as the two sides started to shoot at each other, and since then, both have tried to downplay what happened while making it clear they hold the other side completely responsible to the extent anything happened at all. This is likely to be a growing problem all along the frontier north of Baghdad as the liberation of the Islamic State-held towns leaves the Shiites both at odds with the Sunni Arab locals and their Kurdish neighbors, and any hope of the two sides working together against the larger the Islamic State targets looks remote, to say the least. For over 35 years, Robertson Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. UPI reports the Iowa Supreme Court said it is legal to be drunk on the porch of a private home, overturning the conviction of a woman convicted of public intoxication while standing on her front porch steps. Justices rejected a 2013 lower court decision that a front porch was a public place because it was plainly accessible and visible. Justice Darrell Hetch wrote in the court's unanimous opinion, "If the front stairs of a single-family residence are always a public place, it would be a crime to sit there calmly on a breezy summer day and sip a mojito, celebrate a professional achievement with a mixed drink of choice, or even baste meat on the grill with a bourbon-infused barbecue sauce unless one first obtained a liquor license. We do not think the legislature intended Iowa law to be so heavy-handed." Patience Payne of Waterloo, Iowa, was arrested in June 2013 on a public intoxication charge after she reported a domestic violence incident at her home and stepped onto the front porch. In the Supreme Court ruling, justices noted that Iowa is among a handful of states that criminalizes public drunkenness. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Coinbase. Coinbase is a simple and secure online Bitcoin wallet for sending, receiving, and storing Bitcoin. I trust Coinbase. You should too. Get started at coinbase.fppradio.com. That's coinbase.fppradio.com. Reuters reports Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti on Saturday signed a law hiking the city's minimum wage from $9 an hour to $15 an hour by 2020, an increase that will affect hundreds of thousands of workers. Garcetti told a crowd of hundreds at the signing event that he wanted to lift the city's lowest paid workers out of poverty. The Los Angeles City Council approved the wage hike in May with a vote of 14-1. The law requires businesses with 25 or more employees to increase pay for minimum wage workers to $15 an hour by 2020. Pay hikes start in July 2016 with a jump to $10.50. Smaller businesses will have an extra year to meet the new minimums. Opponents say the law will place an unfair burden on small businesses and will drive employers away from the city. Addressing those concerns, Garcetti said, "We would not have done this if we believed this would hurt the economy." The city council included in the law a stipulation that the city's minimum wage should continue to increase based on the Consumer Price Index starting in 2022. The legislation also includes a $500,000 budget to establish an Office of Labor Standards. It will investigate whether businesses in the city are paying workers fairly. The new law will impact an estimated 600,000 workers in Los Angeles, the second largest city in the U.S. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.